fostering belonging, science identity, and science efficacy. Daniela is new to research and has been learning how the research process works. In doing so, she has also been working on some difficult code. In one version of this scenario, Dr. Smith, the PI, is supportive and gives her a clear overview of what the scientific process is like. In another version, Dr. Smith's approach offers less guidance with a very narrow definition of what success as a scientist looks like.
Okay, so whenever I start on a new problem, I like to start by just looking at the data. I try to look at what looks surprising to me or what could be new. Mainly just things that, kind of stand out to me or maybe look different from what I would expect. So for example, in this section here, you can see that these 2 points are actually higher than the others. And that makes me wonder, is this data different because it was a different trial, or is it because maybe there was an error with how the data was processed or how it was inputted? And from there, that helps me to generate kind of more questions, trying to figure out why and what is going on here, and also to identify next steps to take.
Oh, okay. So I don't necessarily have to start with the perfect research question. I just kind of build on whatever I notice and whatever I observe.
Yes, exactly. So you don't always start with a definitive research question. It's about making observations and noticing, what questions come up as you make those observations.
Okay, cool. So then if there are 2 of those high values, then could that mean that there's maybe another variable affecting them?
Yes, that could definitely be a reason.
Cool.
So how might you phrase a question to determine what other potential variables are affecting the data?
Hey, Dr. Smith, do you have a minute?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
I'm having a lot of trouble with the code. I literally tried everything. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Do you mind taking a look at it? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I've tried everything. I don't know. Maybe I'm not cut out to be a scientist.
Oh no, it's okay. You know what? I feel like this all the time, and it happens to me constantly. When I was in graduate school, the first year of graduate school, it took me 3 weeks to try to figure out what was broken with my code. It turns out it was 1 comma that was missing. 3 weeks on that. The scientific process is full of mistakes and failures. When you look at science, a lot of it is trial and error, right? So you're trying things, seeing what happens, and when you fail, you try again, right? That's what science is. That is how we learn more about the world, and that is how we learn and grow. So I think you're doing an excellent job. Let's take a look at that code, and I want you to remember that it doesn't mean that you're not a scientist. It actually means that you are becoming one.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so your task is to look at the data and develop a good research question. So part of becoming a scientist is to be able to figure this out and ask good questions.
Okay, I'm still kind of getting used to research. How do I think of a research question? Can you give me some guidance on that?
Yeah, just go ahead and read the papers that I suggested and think about what questions you have related to those papers. It'll click for you. It usually does for me, I can't really explain it, but you'll be able to figure it out on your own like scientists usually do.
Okay. I'm also still having trouble with Python. Do you think there's another way that I can look at the data? Maybe can I use Excel? I just want to understand what I'm looking at.
If you want to be able to do research in this field, you need to be able to use Python. So you better start learning it now. And there's not really a way to look at the data in Excel. If you can't figure out the code, I'm not sure you're going to be successful here. So just go ahead and try it.
Okay. Hey, Dr. Smith, do you have a minute?
Yeah, I guess so. Sure, what's up?
I'm just having a lot of trouble with the code. I've run into a lot of errors. I've done everything I can. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not cut out to be a scientist.
Well, let me take a look. Oh, let's see. Oh, there's a mistake there. Let's see, this needs to be moved up here. You have an extra comma here. I just don't think you're trying hard enough. You know, when I was a graduate student and learning how to use Python, like I just kept trying and trying and trying until I finally got it. So, you know, instead of coming to me with all of these questions, try looking it up on Google or going on online forums to see if they have any ideas for you. You know, just keep trying. You'll get there.
Okay, thanks.